So today I'm going to discuss a topic which I have not seen a lot about recently. In fact, I haven't seen anything about this in the past 15, 20 years. And the thing I'm talking about is the different body types and what they mean. And basically endomorph, ectomorph, morph, and mesomorph. I almost forgot myself what they were. So I believe endomorph is the body type which is very easy for you to get fat. It's very easy for you to gain muscle, or relatively easy for you to gain muscle. Just basically get big. You're very large structure, wide shoulders, wide hips, thick, heavy joints. And what else? What else is there about endomorphs? Yeah, you're just basically big, weighty dudes. And it is a genetic thing. Yes, of course, genetically we see people who are wide. I see guys that are wide hips, big shoulders. Then you have ectomorph. An ectomorph is someone who is very narrow, very skinny, struggles to put on weight. Yeah, myself. So naturally, I would say I'm an ectomeso, but I'm going to get to that in a second. So ectomorph, skinny guy, narrow clavicles, very slim stature, small hips, not wide hips, and very dense muscle. Well, so not muscle, dense bones, because my bones are very heavy, but very small bone structure. That is a ectomorph. And then the last one, which is the holy grail, the mesomorph. Someone who has narrow hips, broad shoulders, big, full muscle bellies, easy to put on muscle, easy to lose fat, and just all round Arnold Schwarzenegger V-taper. So which one can you be, first and foremost? Now, don't look at yourself today. Don't look at yourself today and think, yes, this is who I am. If you get down to 10% body fat, 15 to 10% body fat, you'll be able to see exactly who you are and what you are. Now, you can look at your family. Genetically, most guys are pretty much the same, especially in the families. I see a family of fat guys and I know they're endomorphs. And I'm not saying they're endomorphs because they are fat. They could be mesomorphs that just, how can I say, just got fat because they didn't know dick about dieting. And they were lazy. And they didn't have no ambition, no drive to get up and do something. So they can get fat. It's not genetics that makes you fat. You have a structure. Yes, you have a genetic advantage, like losing weight. Like for me, for ectomorphs. Ectomorphs are very slim, very lean. We struggle to eat food. We struggle to put on weight. And that's the way it is. We're very narrow. There's nothing you can do about it. Now, let me give you the extreme example of ectomesomorph, which would be Phil Heath, Mr. Olympia, seven-time Mr. Olympia, I don't know, maybe 7-time Mr. Olympia, whatever he was. Great bodybuilder, unbelievable bodybuilder. Narrow clavicles. They always used to say to him, Phil Heath is not wide enough, he's not big enough. I know, can you imagine hearing that as Phil Heath? You are not wide enough. You're Mr. Olympia, the best in the world, but you're not wide enough. Crazy, I know, but that's the truth, that's the reality. Where you get someone like Dennis Wolf, wide as a house. Wide as a house. Natural stature, just standing there wide as hell. Kai Green, short but wide. I remember seeing Kai Green. He was just as tall as he was wide. That's how wide Kai Green was. Phil Heath, you look at Phil Heath, very narrow guy. You look at Dexter Jackson, very narrow clavicles. Now, when they take the top off, the muscle bellies are full. That's a whole different ballgame. The point I'm trying to say is they were natural ectomorph stroke mesomorphs. They could add muscle, we could clearly see it. They were shredded, lean down to the bone, but they had that narrow structure, which I feel personally looks better. I feel it looks better. I don't like the whole wide look, but look, that's just a personal preference of mine. Some guys like the big wide look, and that's okay. Some guys want to look like Ronnie Coleman, some guys want to look like Jay Cutler, natural big dudes. So what can we learn from this? What's the take-home message here? What am I waffling on about? The thing I'm waffling about is, yes, these things do exist. Genetics is a thing, 100%. There's no two ways around it. There is no way in hell I can get taller. There's no way in hell I can get wider muscle. Sorry, let me just rephrase that. I was going to say muscle. There's no way in hell I can get a wider, bigger bone structure. It's not going to happen. I can make my bones more heavier and more dense, of course, but I cannot make myself look wider with the structure of the bone. I can add more muscle to the side to cap my delt. So for me, you look at me in a jacket or you look at me in a t-shirt and you think, yeah, this guy doesn't even train. I'm in a hot country and I've got a vest on, and all of a sudden, yo, this guy's got some great big shoulders. He's got cap delts. Yeah, they look like they're very capped when I'm lean. That's it. But in a clothes, in a hoodie or in a jacket, whatever, it's not really that impressive. But the point is, I'm trying to say, yes, you have this genetic advantage or disadvantage. Like, let me give you another genetic disadvantage for one of the pro bodybuilders. Was Dennis Wolf was a pro bodybuilder, competed with Phil Heath and Jay Cutler and Ronnie Coleman and up there with the best of the guys. Dennis Wolf. He had very high lat insertions. So when you look at a front lat spread from the back, a rear lat spread, you'll see that his lat insertions were very high. When he did the back double bicep, his lat insertion was very high, and there's nothing you can do about it. For those people that go out there and say, I'm just going to do this exercise for the lower lat, and I'm going to swing the weight from here, and I'm going to pull it from here. Bullshit, bro. Are you telling me that Dennis Wolf, Mr. Olympia caliber, top 3 guy on multiple years running, almost won it once as well, didn't know how to train lower lats? Are you going to come there and tell me he didn't know how to train lower lats? Are you going to tell me Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath, didn't know how to train shoulders? He wasn't wide enough. He didn't know how to do that shit. It's genetics, bro. Guys at the top, these are the cream of the crop when it comes to this bodybuilding, like building muscle and losing fat. There's many guys that are probably bigger than that as well. Like when you look at some muscular guys, there's loads of guys that are muscular. But to be on stage, lean, 3-5% body fat on stage, we can see everything. And even the pros can't change genetics. You cannot change genetic structure. You cannot change your build. You cannot change your muscle look. Look, I'm probably going to get called out here for being a bit of a hater, but Chris Bumstead, horrible arms, horrible, disgusting biceps. They don't look pretty or pleasing to me at all. The guy who comes second, Ramon, I think his name's Ramon Dino. Amazing full bellies, forearms are popping, biceps are full, triceps are nice, bow. That's what an arm should look like. Breon Ainsley, that's what an arm should look like. You look at Chris Bumstead and I think that is a lot of mush. He's injected into his arms 100% from a young age. Like he's been bodybuilding for a very, very long time. And it's just not a Mr. Olympia caliber arm. Look at Phil Heath's arms, amazing. Ronnie Coleman arms, amazing. Jay Cutler arms, not that good. Now you're going to say Jay Cutler doesn't know how to train arms? Of course he does. It's genetics. Nothing you can do about it. When it comes to muscle shape, muscle tone, the way they look, the way they flex, there's nothing you can do about it. Get all the massage in the world, get all the Graston treatments in the world, get all the cupping therapy in the world, whatever you want, you think to make your muscles look different, it's not going to happen. You want full round insertions, muscle bellies popping like Ronnie Coleman, well then you need the same mum and dad, bro. That's it. That's how it works. No two people can look alike. It's very, very simple as that. So hopefully you guys understand that yes, although we know there's such thing as a genetic look, ectomorph, endomorph, a mesomorph, for example, like is more inclined to add muscle. But guess what? Even an ectomorph can train his body hard enough and long enough to add muscle. It can happen. We've seen it happen. I'm not saying I'm massive, but I am literally a skinny dude. But I can almost guarantee you at 92 kilogram, 93 kilogram, there's not many guys my height walking around my leanness with my muscle bellies. How do I know that? Because I've competed, bro. I've competed. I've been on stage. I go to the beach. I go around. I don't see many guys in any of the gyms. I'm talking about some of the best gyms in the world. I'll go there and stand with them. The best, your favorite fitness influencers, I'll go and stand with those guys. And let's see how good they are. And when they find out what I'm taking, well, then that's when the real flex comes. When they find out that I'm not even on trend all year round like these dudes. Never mind all year round, I'm not even on trend. But the point is, look, I'm not here to blow my own trumpet. The point I'm trying to say is, you can look exactly how you want to look. How your body allows you to look. Sorry, let me just rephrase that before people get a bit carried away. You can't look how you want to look, but you can get as lean as you want to get, and you can get as big as you want to get. Muscle-wise. You cannot change structure. That's it. You cannot change muscle bellies. but you can change the amount of muscle you have on yourself, and you can definitely change how lean you are. Every single person out there can get to 5% body fat if he pleases. It's just that most guys, it's a hard grind to get there. That's the reality of it. Anyway, hopefully this gave you some value. Comment down below, like, and please subscribe.